So what I'm going to do today is get our round pen set back up again. So we have all of our panels from our old round pen before we built our one that was not portable, and I don't know if eventually we're going to build a full, like, it's staying in one spot round pen, but for now I'm going to go ahead and get these panels set back up because the girls have had the last month and a half off, and it's probably a good idea to put a little bit of work on them, keep them current with their training, and make sure that their brains are doing something other than just eating all the time. So that's going to be the plan for today. If I haven't mentioned it before, allow me to mention it again. I really love this little tractor. I think it's probably one of the best purchases Spence and I have ever made to date so far. It's just awesome. Totally awesome. not good at putting these heavy panels together by myself. Even with the tractor, there is a lot of balancing that needs to take place, and all of our panels are different. It's not a full set of panels, so they do not fit together properly. Some spots have to be tied up, and it is just a bit of a nightmare. So I think this is probably where it's going to be left, because I can't seem to move anything else further to get it lined up where I want it to be lined up, make it a nice circle and get it closed without popping something off somewhere else and flipping it over again. So I think that's enough for today. We'll try again tomorrow. So our brown sugar jar is seemingly empty, so we're gonna get some brown sugar made today. If you've never made brown sugar before, it's very simple to make. It's 2 ingredients: white sugar and molasses. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. So there's nothing too crazy complicated about doing this, maybe aside from like trying not to spill the sugar all over the counter that always seems to be trapped inside of that glued seam on the bags. We prefer brown sugar over white sugar, and it is definitely getting kind of expensive in the store. White sugar is really inexpensive, and honestly, for the amount of molasses that you need, this lasts a really long time. Like, this is good until February of 2027. So I like the fancy molasses. This one, it's very simple and straightforward. It's gluten-free, there's no preservatives in it. You want to make sure that it's unsulfured, first of all, and then your sweetness scale on there. I prefer the sweet over the bold. The bold, it's more bitter. So you're gonna tend to see that you've got a more bitter sugar than a more sweet sugar. So I just kind of put some molasses in there and calibrate as needed for the darkness of the brown sugar that I'm looking for. This is very thick because it's been in the fridge. Lock that puppy in and get to mixing. It's Saturday morning, which can only mean one thing. It's water day. It's crispy cold out this morning, but it's really nice. The sun is shining, and the birds are out, and it's just beautiful. It's a really good excuse to have to go outside today. The farrier's coming. The horses are going to get their feet trimmed. So while the water's filling up, I'm gonna grab the drill and a couple of screws. We have a few boards down in the corral, and yes, the corral is completely coming down in the spring because this is where we're going to be building our shop. But for the meantime, it just looks trashy and it's not safe for the horses. Sometimes they get going a little crazy out there, and I don't need anybody taking a leg with a down fence board or getting a screw in it or something. So I'm going to grab that really quick while this is filling. I've got probably a good 10 minutes here to get that done. Still so super icy, and like it is just a solid coat of ice on all of this snow. So we still have snow, but it's just like crunchy powder. This thing has been working marvelously. I'm so happy with how it's been working. Just awesome. So these are my boards that need some attention. I guess no tools are going to be required today because that is so coated in ice on the bottom end that the wood is all swollen up and you can't fit it between the two posts that hold it in. So it's going to have to just hang out there for a couple of days until we get a little sun on it, and then maybe we'll try later. This one is not coming out of the ground, but at least it's close enough to the fence that nobody can get a leg hung up in it. And then this is our lagoon. So in the spring, we're gonna have to fix the back gate that's on it. It's kind of like falling over. So luckily the horses can't wiggle through there right now. They have no interest in it whatsoever, but that is very common in British Columbia, is a septic lagoon. So it's basically like a pond, a septic pond. The solids go to the bottom, the liquids go to the top. And it's frozen over right now, so our pipe must be buried quite deep underneath it there. The water level was pretty low when we first got here because it hasn't been used in about 2 years. So yeah, but it's just an absolutely stunning morning out here. Hey girls, are you enjoying the morning? Are you enjoying the sun? Is it nice? It's so nice. I need to go and get dog food today, so that is on the list of things to do. But I also promised myself that I was going to do something for myself today. So I'm going to try and do that. And by doing something for myself today, what I mean is having a little bit of downtime that does not involve there needing to be some sort of a project to do. So anyways, as I was saying, we have this like scrap wood pile that lives at our house. It was here when we moved in, so I think I'm gonna cut some of it up and burn it tonight in the fire pit that I set up down here. So we're chewing on our bones this morning, and Mom is doing chores. What else is new? But we're gonna get this hose put away and then get our butts into town and go and pick up some dog food and whatever, and carry on with the rest of the day. For tonight, and that's perfectly wonderful. I knew that if I did this later today, I would be unmotivated and probably talk myself out of doing it, so get it done this morning, then I have no choice but to enjoy myself tonight.